Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel and back to another Urban Calisthenics workout. In today's session, we've got for you a full body calisthenics routine. We'll be doing 5 exercises, 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of recovery for 4 rounds. That's 18 minutes in total. Now, one of those exercises, the shrimp squat, you'll be doing for 30 seconds per leg, and that's what bumps it up to 4.5 minutes per round. Now, as you can see behind me, the equipment that you'll need for today's session is a set of gymnastics rings and a set of parallel bars. If the rings aren't available to you, you could do pull-ups instead of the horizontal rows. And if the bars aren't available to you, you could just do push-ups instead. Check out the description below if you're not sure on the format of this routine. Practice those instructionals before getting stuck in. That's enough from me. Let's see what's in store. So for the P-bar push-ups, you're going to set the bars to around about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. From here, placing the hand central to the bars, you move into a support position. So locking that shape in, keeping the head forwards, using the chest and the shoulders to control the rate at which you descend. Not moving the arms too far out from the body. You're going to descend just below the bars. Once you find that sweet spot, you're going to push out strong and then repeat. So again, keeping the head forwards, strong as you descend, and then accelerate out back into your support position. One thing to point out as well, notice when I'm descending, I'm trying to keep the forearms as upright as possible. So we want to minimize this kind of pattern or this kind of angle with the arms. So for the horizontal row, you're going to set yourself underneath the rings like so. Arms nice and straight, keep the shoulders packed in, nice and tight. And then from here, you're going to elevate the hips. As you initiate your pull, I want you to think about forcing the rings down the body as if you're trying to get your ribs to come into contact with the rings. So from here, I'm going to pull and force the rings down and then slowly back to full extension of the arms. If this is too challenging, we can take a few steps back. Setup is exactly the same and still forcing the rings down the body. Very important that we control the return back to full extension of the arms. To initiate the pike, we need to lean forwards, compress, round the shoulders, pull the abs in, and try and lift the hips towards the back of the head. So I'm going to lean forwards, compress, pull the hips back to the point where I can't go any further without bending the legs. So keeping the legs straight, you're going to be on the tips of the toes. From this position, you're going to move into your tuck position, sending the hips forwards. If you can, try to lift the feet up off the floor by bringing the knees in high, compressing the bars just for that second. Land the feet in the original position and then move back into that pike. So really get that compression, keeping the weight through the shoulders. So moving back into the tuck, raise your feet if you can, land the feet, back into the pike. If you do want to make this a little bit more challenging, what we do is we keep the feet off at all times. So when I hit that pike position, compress, keep the feet off the floor, move back into the tuck without touching the floor with the feet, and then back into that pike, keeping the legs straight. So for the straight to W, you're going to start by lying on your front and get your head around the 2 positions. Position number 1, which is the W, you're going to go to around about 90 degrees at the elbows, sending the hands as high as possible and squeezing into the back. So we're trying to limit the amount of drop that we have with the hands by using the back of the shoulders to keep the hands up. Position number 2, which is the straight, is bringing the arms as close to the head as you possibly can. Keep the arms as straight as possible, drive the ribs into the floor and get as much height as you can. So we're going to simply move between the 2 positions by dropping the body down, hitting the W, dropping the body down and hitting the straight. And really pushing tall on the shoulders as we hit that straight position. As I say, when we hit the W, squeeze the back of the shoulders, keep those hands nice and high. So for the shrimp squat, you're going to start by balancing on one leg, and the approach to the squat will be the same as if you were squatting on 2 legs. The only difference being is that we're going to be challenged with balance and strength together. So from this position, I'm going to start by loading into the hip, keeping the weight through the heel, and bringing the arms forwards to use them as a counterbalance. I'm gently laying the knee down on the floor. Once I reach that end position, I'm going to drive through the heel, driving the hips forwards, squeezing the quads and engaging the backside in that top position. If this is too challenging and you find that you don't have the strength, then what we can do when we reach the bottom position is actually just place the foot in contact with the floor, use it to a point where we don't need it anymore, then we release the foot after we release the knee, and then work our way back to that top position. So I'm going knee, foot, release the knee, release the foot, stand up. Thanks so much for joining me in this calisthenics workout. I hope you had a great time challenging yourself and breaking a sweat. If you did find this workout useful and beneficial, please give me a like. Keep up the great work, stay motivated, and I'll see you on the next workout.